iRock Radio, the world headquarters of rock. It is Karolyi and Haney.
So tell me about this. It's out there on the waves. This show.
Yeah, the interwebs. What do we call it? The internet.
On the internet. And
so we were at WCCC forever.
Right.
I was there 28 years.
That's unbelievable. A 28-year career.
Yeah.
What was it like to get that notice? I'm sorry. I'm now interviewing. This is what happens.
It was shocking.
Though, it was shocking, right?
Yeah.
We're closing the doors. I was shocked.
Station had been there 40 years. I was there 28. On a Wednesday, I was told Friday afternoon at 5, it's over.
It's unbelievable.
Now, one thing I will say to the owner's credit, he allowed me to do a final show. And when does that happen?
Right.
That doesn't happen.
A lot of times they get you a box and they say,
yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you do your final show, then they say, well, let me see you in the office.
Come
Yeah.
in here. Right. And you ever see the human resource woman coming towards you with a box? There are no kittens in that box.
No. And then they ask you to fill it with your stuff.
Exactly. And then they escort you out.
Mm-hmm. No.
That's not happened to me.
I was lucky enough to do a final show. We had a lot of special guests on the air. Howard Stern. We had a bunch of bands that had been part of CCC over the years, and then it was over.
It's unbelievable.
And then just a couple months later, we partnered up with the Connecticut School of Broadcasting in Farmington with Dick Robinson, and we started iRock Radio, and here we are. A lot of the same guys. Our whole air staff is former CCC guys, and the music is the same format as we were a couple of years ago at CCC, and so we're just doing it, but now it's delivered online and through the free app.
So if free app, all right.
Yeah.
So I just go to download the app and then I get.
You don't have it on your phone already?
Well, I'm lucky. I have a phone. Period.
What do you listen to as far as music goes? Is your favorite genre of music?
You know what? If I told you what I listened to this week, you'd be probably shocked.
Pantera.
Rick Astley.
Really? Why?
He's got this song. He did this song many years ago. It was about 25 years ago. It's called "Cry." He walks in the door. She falls in the sea. Why don't? He's got the same range that I do, so I love to sing his songs. And then we were listening to Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers.
Dolly Parton's great. And with Kenny Rogers.
In the stream, that is what we are. No one in between.
Should I do the Kenny Rogers part?
Yeah. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me. So I was listening to that, and then we played a lot of Dionne Warwick this past week. Yeah,
legend.
Walk On By. Well, she was recently down in the Schubert Theater, and I was kind of plugging the show for them, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And then I'll in my car I listen to. I have. Is this a curse word? I have satellite radio. Is that a curse?
That's fine. Yeah.
And then I listen to Willie's Roadhouse, which is I'm shocked.
Willie Nelson.
It's his station.
Yeah.
But they do Loretta Lynn. They do Lynn Anderson. Just some of these really old country classics. I like the old country stuff.
First concert I ever saw was Johnny Cash.
Seriously?
Yeah, when I was a little kid.
He just the duet that I heard with him and June just the other day, and she's like, "I'm a sweet talking man, and you're a sweet talking boy." And then I'll turn it over to probably my favorite genre of music all time is. It was called new music back in the 80s. WLIR.
WLIR.
In Long Island. They did Depeche Mode, Paul Young, Thompson Twins.
A lot of the 80s, the MTV videos that were very popular.
All of that stuff. I still listen to that stuff.
What's your favorite concert you ever saw?
Well, who's the most person I've seen the most?
All right.
I'm also embarrassed with it. It's Melissa Manchester.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But I've seen her 3 times.
Huh.
Yep.
I don't know what to say to that.
Whatever it takes, it'll take till the morning. I love Melissa Manchester. I'm sorry to. The best concert I've ever been to was probably John Denver was my all-time favorite. So seeing John Denver live was.
What a great voice that guy had.
My God. It was like magic.
Yeah.
The first concert I ever went to in my whole life was the Police.
Oh, really? Where?
Nassau Coliseum.
Okay.
It was the Ghost in the Machine tour.
Yeah, big tour.
Big tour. I was 18, and somebody gave me a Sony Walkman. I had a surprise 18th birthday, and they gave me the Sony Walkman with the cassette of Ghost in the Machine, and then we went to see the concert, and it was pretty incredible.
Great album, great band.
What was yours?
My first concert?
No, your favorite concert.
Oh man, I I've seen so many,
Yeah,
and I'm lucky.
Right.
And the reason I went to Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and the reason that I'm doing this,
you were a student.
Yeah, I graduated in this building.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, it's full circle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but for me, I got into the business because of the music more so than being on the radio.
Right.
But
so you like to work with a specific genre of music,
right,
which is rock.
Yeah,
rock.
And I've been very lucky. I've seen so many shows. It's really difficult for me to pick a favorite. I've seen this summer alone. We counted up the number of bands we saw this summer.
Okay.
74 bands this summer alone, and it's an So how do you pick one? I can't even pick one from this summer. Let alone
I saw one concert this year, and it was Diana Ross.
Well, that's a good one to go to.
She was unbelievable. She rocked out the house. She was like 72. She was out there. I'm coming out. I was like, she's speaking to me. I was like, it was unbelievable. And she was at the Bushnell. She was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have, because in my car I'm allowed to set favorite songs, and Def Leppard is my all-time number one go-to songs. I just love Def Leppard.
Great band.
Yeah, phenomenal. I don't know if that's considered.
Yeah, we
rock?
play Def Leppard. Sure. Tell me what it's like to be on television every day. Is there added stress for like the fact that you are being seen? Like here, I'm on the radio. Nobody sees me.
This is it,
now.
Mike. I mean, what you say.
But is it stressful for you every day?
No.
Or you just get used to it?
No.
What if you get a zit? Like I got one right here.
I don't care.
And I'm like, what do I do?
And don't
hold the
tell
microphone
anyone,
here.
But I stopped wearing makeup about a year ago.
So is that a regular thing, wearing makeup on television?
Yeah, you got to wear makeup.
But you stopped, so you don't have to.
And no one has said anything because my shots are not as close as the news anchors, and it's all HD, so you can see every wrinkle. But I just think nobody said. I will go back to doing it as soon as I'm told. So that's because my bosses will probably see this. But no, there's a nervous energy every day. So you get up but it's not a bad nervous; it's a good nervous. Obviously, when you're doing the forecast and you got to be serious, there's a lot of people counting on you.
Yeah.
Their livelihoods depend on the weather. People get up. The first thing they want to know is what the heck is the weather going to be?
Do you need to be a meteorologist to do the weather?
You don't have to be. It definitely helps.
Credibility.
Well, credibility, but you also want to know what you're talking about, and you want to be able to come in and go, I don't know about that, and just take a look at some of the models and tweak things here and there. Everything is mainstreamed now. It's not like the old days where we had the printers going with the maps coming in.
Right.
Now we go to a click and a mouse, and we got everything is on the computer for us. And when I come in, my show is pretty streamlined. I open a show, everything auto populates. So it's not like I'm calling somebody going, "What's the temperature in Tolland?" It's just there for me. So it's a fascinating business because most people, 90% of people watch local news for weather.
Yeah, sure.
And then they're like, oh, and there's the news too. But they want to get the weather.
Well, it's ever changing.
It's like Christmas. When snow comes, it's Christmas, isn't it? The anticipation, the buildup. Just like Christmas, the anticipation, the buildup, the shopping. Only this is a storm. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then it's finally here. And we all stay in our homes and, we unwrap the gift of Christmas or snow. It's the same thing. And then when it leaves, it melts, it gets ugly, and we all get depressed.
Do you ever get amazed when people must get mad at you when you get the forecast wrong?
I will never forget one email I got. He said, you have ruined my Christmas and my New Year's. It was a year that it snowed both on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. He's like, you have ruined my Christmas and now my New Year's, and I dislike you intensely. And I'm like, I didn't really have a lot to do with it. I told you about it, but God really sent the weather. Yeah.
But it is, I can see it. I can see where somebody just thinks that because you're delivering the news of the weather forecast. If you get it wrong, they're going to be pissed at you for a while.
Absolutely, and they will not get. All right, there's a couple of rules. If you say rain and it doesn't rain, they will not get mad at you. They'll be like, oh,
great.
He's so funny. I love him, even if he was wrong. If you say it's going to snow and it doesn't snow, they will come with the torches to the station.
You make it snow, Haney.
Oh! And I remember getting on my knees one year and praying. I was like, because the storm came in 24 hours later than it did. I actually got on my knees and prayed on air. I said, please, God in heaven, send the snow. And they did. It came later, but the governor had closed the state in anticipation of the storm. And it was 24 hours late, and I was like, but
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? It's it's A plus B equals C. It's a variable business. If it were 1 + 1 = 2, I would be a wealthy man.
last thing, it's Halloween. You're going to have kids knocking on the door? Or what do you do?
No, they don't come to my complex.
No?
Yeah, it's kind of off the beaten path.
What do you have any memory of Halloween costumes you wore
absolutely.
as a kid?
I was a bum all the time. It was the easiest thing to do.
I was thinking about that before. Do kids now even know like to wear a bum costume?
No, it's politically incorrect. You would just not go as that. As a matter of fact, it's politically incorrect to go as anything.
Yeah, it really is.
Don't even try to dress because you don't know what's going to happen. Some of my favorite, I did go, I don't know, and I've never done drag, but I did. You have 5 minutes. I did.
You're not supposed to break that wall.
I'm sorry, I know. I did dress up as a girl in the third grade, and I got mugged.
Really?
Yep, they knocked me right off my heels. The candy went all over the street.
Did you not accessorize properly?
I don't know what I did. I know the two guys who mugged me. I know their names. I'm not going to shout them out.
Billy.
No.
Jimmy.
Nope.
Bob.
It's your name.
Michael,
and Robert. And they came out of their houses with the shaving cream. I was running from them in heels. I fell down in the street. My candy went spewed, and I was like, somebody's going to help me. All the other kids in the neighborhood, they went and grabbed the candy.
You were like ran. A piñata.
I had scraped knees, broken heels, and I went home crying. And actually, that year was the best year ever in terms of candy because all the other mothers on the block, they made their kids give me a portion of their candy.
Really?
So I did all right.
That's a nice neighborhood, except for Mike and Rob.
Yeah, and those were Paloma Bolanos. What were the shoes? What are those?
Paloma
Balacas? The ones with the red bottoms. I don't know. I don't know shoes. Christian Louboutins. Sorry,
yeah,
thank you.
That's what I was going to guess that next. Yeah,
Christian Louboutins. They were Kmart. I was thinking Sex in the City. Yeah, I just saw the movie on the plane. I was in Italy for the first time ever. 7.5 hours. I met people there, so I was on the plane by myself. So I saw Sex in the City Part 2.
Oh,
yeah. You don't have to see it.
I didn't see Part 1.
I saw Part 1. It was pretty good.
So I should see that, but don't follow it up.
It's okay. It's not as good as Part 1.
The series was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Couldn't have been better, right?
Couldn't have been better. It was crazy.
Hey, thank you for coming to iRock Radio.
It was so nice to do this.
Great to see you.
You'll have to come do the weather.
Oh, man, I'd be nervous.
But
I'll do it. I don't care. I'm fearless.
You just show up like I do.
All right.
You don't need makeup.
I'll just show up someday, and I'll do the weather.
I'll be like, is that Mike? All right, come on in.
Why not?
Nice to see you.
Scot Haney from the couch at iRock Radio, the world headquarters of rock.